What's good boys, it's your boy Curtis57 and today I want to show you my mixing and mastering process. But before we get into the tutorial I want to say that I might forget to explain some minor things cause I'm so used to this process. So if something is unclear, feel free to let me know your questions in the comments. And I also want to say that I'm not a mixing expert, so everything is more than advised and set in stone. I also go back and forth while I mix the beats, so don't be confused about that. Some of the FL pop-ups aren't recorded, so I put screenshots for clearer instruction on the screen, so you might have to pause the video sometimes. My last advice before we get into this is choosing some clean drum samples in the beginning, so you don't really need to process them. This way you can really save up a lot of time. So if you want to support me, feel free to check my drum kit, link is in the description. That's it, let's go. So I kinda structured the unmixed beat to give you all a little preview of the actual sound. This is what we got so far. The first thing you need to do is routing all sounds to their own mixer channel. The easy way to do it is if you hold your left mouse button and move it all the way down like this. Then right click on the first mixer channel and go to link selected channels, then pick the option starting from this channel. Now everything should have its own mixer channel. The next thing I'll do is mixing the melodies. I just level them by ear and tweak the volume till it sounds good to me. I also use some stereo separation and a subtle reverb for some instruments. After I'm done with this, I route all instruments to the same mixer channel. In this example I use the sampler channel. I just choose the first instrument channel with left click, then right click the arrow at the bottom of the sampler mixer channel and click route to this track only. I repeat this process with all instruments. On the sampler channel I start the effect chain with an EQ and give it a bell shape. Then I put some reverb on the sample. The last effect plugin for the melodies is RC20. It's not free, but I just use it to add some texture to the sample. So you can skip this step or add whatever you like to your melody. The next thing I'll do is leveling the 808 and sample together. This way you can be sure the 808 is hitting hard enough in comparison to the sample. When I'm done with this, I turn the 808 to mono, so it's in the center of the track. Now I'm gonna level the other drums and percussion sound. I mute the 808 while doing this. For some extra drum bounce I pan my perks left and right. I also use some EQ and reverb here if it's needed. After everything is leveled, I use some effects on the 808. I start with some subtle distortion. Then I compress the 808 and turn the volume up on the mixer channel. So that's it for the mixing process. Now I'll show you my master chain. I start with the EQ preset that I'll show you on the screen right now, and then customize it how I want it. For example, you can boost the high frequencies or take some boxiness from the mid. After that, I open a fruity limiter and turn the ceiling all the way up, so it basically does nothing. Then I add soft clipper to the master chain. After that, I go back to the limiter and start increasing the gain till the bass distorts too much. I normally don't make it louder than 1 or 2 dB. After all that, I got like a little gem for you to make the bass cut through the mix even a little bit more. I add this fruity P controller to the 808 mixer channel and make sure to unmute it in the bottom right corner. Then I go to the EQ on the sample mixer channel and put the band number 2 to the left. Then right click on this square and choose link to controller. At this point you might have to pause the video to copy what I insert. In this first box you have to pick the option saying peak. Then click on the small arrow and choose inverted. Enter 0.5 minus input below the arrow, and click accept. Now the low frequencies of the melody turn down when the 808 hits. That's pretty much it for today, boys. I will show you the final beat in a second, so if you learned something, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, peace.